Hello Aries, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for clicking on my YouTube channel As I See You Tarot. This is your first 2 weeks of September general reading. It is a general reading for the larger collective for Aries. Take what resonates with you. Keep in mind that sometimes if there's a significant other involved, it could be reversed. Also look at your sun rising signs, and again, if it sometimes it just doesn't resonate with you, then let go and move on. And again, but it's for the larger collective. So I have already shuffled the cards and asked for our angel and spirit guides guidance for our Aries for the first 2 weeks of September 2020. What they can expect in that during that time frame. And I'd like to take a moment to again request and hope that you will assist me with this page by clicking on the big three, clicking on the subscribe, the like video, and the notification buttons. They're all important for the YouTube algorithms, and we definitely appreciate your support for that. So let's get started. This first card here, it represents your past influences. So this will be anything within the last significant that's carrying over. Usually it could be up to 3 to 6 months if it's resolved or perhaps it's still going on. So past influences. This then carries over to your current present, things that are going on with your around you presently within this time frame. This third card deals with the future. This is things that you can anticipate within this immediate future within this time frame. The fourth card here deals with challenges, and the challenges do not mean they will occur. It just means that they could come up, and it's identified to just help you keep mindful, Aries, that if you find yourself in this situation, you can kick it in the rear end up front and prevent it and get through it more quickly. And finally, our last card here are our outcomes, things that are can expect to be resolved or with that. So, first of all, we have the Prince of Wands. So, do it this way. So, with the Prince of Wands, so this is in your past influences here, Aries. So, this when this card shows up, it indicates that that some Aries were inclined to give anything and everything that a go, that you were that you embraced opportunities. Some Aries, it looks like a larger collective, started out on a new journey in the last past, in the recent past here, or a new project, and got involved in that. It tells me that for some, the new project or the new journey, it doesn't necessarily have to been resolved. It was really just about starting it, is what I'm sort of picking up here. And that I picked up that the Aries who were involved in this were excited about it. This is telling me that some Aries were able to use creative ideas, and that we're able to sort of let go of their fears and everyday challenges to work on their creative journey, whatever that was. For Aries, keep in mind that the Page of Wands here indicates when it shows up here that Aries may be experiencing some creative restlessness in the past here, and perhaps it felt like you weren't going anywhere. And you needed to sort of find that creative charge or spark to sort of give you that boost, because perhaps some of your Aries were feeling stagnant in this recent past here, and hopefully it's telling me that in order to be successful, some Aries were able to map out a strategy and sort of use and test ideas that you had. And this could have been from a work-related project, it could have been your a personal project, it could have been a family project, or anything sort of a new project or idea. And it tells me that Aries probably succeeded or had a better chance of succeeding if they were involving other people around them, because this is about getting others involved in your journey. The Prince of Wands here basically appears as a spiritual path and journey, and it's calling on you. It's telling me that Aries were had a curious mind, And if they channeled into that, we're able to go pretty far with this, and sort of discover talents that you may have not had, Aries. It's about and some may have relied on sought a mentor that perhaps helped them, guide them along the way here. So and to lead them forward, and so if that applies, Aries, you were working on a creative project, and perhaps you ended it, or it's carrying over. In our present card here, present, we have the King of Pentacles. So wow. The King of Pentacles basically it represents material wealth. It represents financial abundance and worldly success. The King here is a faithful provider. It demonstrates ambition and confidence, and that is used to sort of create a financial wealth for himself, and generates it for others as well. This king, when he has his wealth, shares it with others, and also presents more of the masculine fatherly figure, although keep in mind gender isn't specific in the cards, and was perhaps giving advice. So some Aries, perhaps you're being called upon to be a counselor, to be a mentor, to give advice or ask for advice, and you're demonstrating that ambition from that past project there. When the King of Pentacles appears in a tarot card reading, it basically is telling me that Aries were confident and successful at attracting and managing their wealth, and whatever wealth is to you, and that abundance. It's telling me that some Aries, are right now are going to identify opportunities for growth and success, and perhaps that project is still taking effect right now, or you're still working on it. And it's basically saying, that for Aries, draw upon your self-discipline and use that to control your wealth and to invest wisely in the long term. The King of Pentacles here in your present Aries indicates that you're able to translate a vision, or you're in the process of translating something that was a vision into something tangible, practical, and perhaps lucrative for you. It's saying that some Aries are not only able to come up with the idea for the best approach, that you're also working hard to present that plan of attack and to carry it out, and get resources, and you're going to have good success with this, as the card says. However, on one hand, the King of Pentacles says, whatever you touch is going to turn to gold, and perhaps figuratively speaking, but is going to bring good things here. But there's a caution here to this, and for Aries, is that, remember, money flows as easily and abundantly to you on the financial level, because this really is more about finances. And you're representing sort of an economic power and influence at whatever level you are. And it's telling me that you're you're feeling that you're not struggling right now with your finances, and you don't need to prove yourself. On the other hand, the King of Pentacles also indicates a final fulfillment in a creative task, and this could have been you for those who may have finished this project from the past year. And it's saying that you can now enjoy, you can relax, you can feel accomplished in your successes, and feel good financially and spiritually for your future here. But keep in mind that the King of Pentacles is methodical, is planning, is well thought out approach, and if you follow that, you'll be successful. And for Aries who are still working on something, it's just keep to that plan. It's don't look at shortcuts, and continue down your path, and you'll do good. You'll have great experiences in whatever your endeavor is here. In our immediate future, we have the Princess of Cups. Boy, you got our princess here. So in our yeah. So trying to think, when would we have this? What is this card telling me here? What I'm picking up here in your immediate future is, for Aries, you know, again, I'm picking up there's still that new idea, that's still that new project. There's something that Aries are working on, or has been a flow of a process of working on, and perhaps is going in phases. It's telling me that Aries are still, you know, using their creative energy, and that you're going to keep it flowing. And you know, for many Aries, it's perhaps the creative energy is there. The question is how are you going to use it? And you know, and this card is basically saying be as creative as you need to, and let the ideas flow. You know, when the cups here, that when the Princess of Cups shows up in your reading, particularly here in the future, what this is implying is, you know, Aries, you have an open and curious mind, and it's encouraging you to use that. It's encouraging you to open your mind to all possibilities, especially those that are creative and using your intuitive nature. And you know, you'll be surprised at what comes up. Is, you know, don't throw anything to the side. It's about dreaming, and it's about finding your fullest potential, and you know, perhaps an idea that you didn't think was going to work might work. So it's about experimenting, and more importantly, it's having fun with the process and enjoying the process. That's key here, Aries. You know, so when this Princess shows up here, it's for Aries. It's telling you that, you know, you're going to start exploring a new facet of yourself. You're going to be asked to explore your creative and emotional self. You know, which could be, for some, you're creating a new art class, or you want to join a new art class, or create an art project, or there's new books about how to express your feelings, or you're wanting to develop, you know, certain abilities, things that you've been dreaming about. You have an opportunity to sort of put in a plan of action and bring them to light. You know, this is telling me that for some Aries, that, you know, in your future, which is sort of still tied into these first two, you're going to be called upon to use your trust and to use your intuition, and to be open to a multitude of intuitive messages that are going to come your way, that are going to help you, and sort of the synchronicities and signs of the nature that will guide you on your path here. And these ideas and things may come from unexpected places. Some, you know, initially may not make sense to you and a rational mind, but it's saying here, be open to all possibilities, and be ready to discover all aspects, and you'll be surprised here, Aries. So, you know, it's telling me that your future, Aries, is you're going to find yourself in a place of full alignment. You're going to find yourself happiness and feeling bliss, and, you know, and by trusting your intuition and going with the flow is a key to that. You know, and in the practical sense, the Princess of Cups here indicates, you know, for Aries, it's a reminder that to expect unexpected surprises. You know, typically these Princess and also in Page cards and some other tarot cards, they're messenger cards. They bring messages. So, you know, the Princess of Cups here is, you know, basically bringing a message to you that could be related to emotions and intuition and creative endeavors. So, you know, for some Aries, it could be you're going to hear news of the birth of a baby, or maybe you're expecting, or you're going to, you know, have work on with that, again, those creative endeavors that are coming up. So, you know, this is it's about looking at all possibilities and enjoying. More importantly, it's enjoying the process. Whew, that was a mouthful. So, you know, it could be a new love interest for some. So it's about surprises, things that you didn't expect, or are coming into, to keep your eyes open. Whoops, I guess I should have done this. Sorry, I should have left these open here. My apologies. So now we come to our challenges, and our challenges are the Two of Swords here. So this indicates that for some Aries, you're going to be facing some challenging decisions, and perhaps some Aries are not going to be clear what path to take here. It's telling me that you're going to be given possibilities, and both, you know, if there's different possibilities, you know, Aries, they're both good possibilities, and you need to decide which one that makes the most sense to you, and which one has the best outcome. So it's going to ask you to sort of weigh up the pros and cons of each choice and make a conscious judgment for that. And it's going to say to you, Aries, use your head, your mind, and your intellect, and your heart, which is your feelings and intuition. Combine all those, and that will help you choose that path in the most alignment with your higher self. When this card shows up here, it's it's saying to Aries that it wants us to look at the cards next to you. So you have the Princess of Cups here, and we'll look at this one here. And depending on those cards, it'll help you look at the pros and cons to some degree. So when we look at this, we'll take a look. This card basically is saying that if if you've been what's the word I'm going to look at? What's sort of telling me here? That if you've been sort of focused in one direction, that this is the time to look at other alternatives, to be open to don't go the safe route all the time. That's what I'm picking up here. That there could be different directions, but again, as said earlier, it's telling you, Aries, that use common sense, map it out, ask questions, and rely on your intellect and your heart, and you'll go in the right direction that works for you. And research your options, and if you come to a stumbling block, you'll get through it. So this card basically is it's if an indecision comes up, Aries, for some, or you reach an impasse on an important matter, this card is saying to you, Aries, that don't put it off, don't drag it out. It is to dive in and deal with it as it comes up, because you'll get through it quicker, and you'll have a better outcome. For Aries, this card serves as a reminder of life's decisions, and there are difficult ones and that come up with that always don't have clear-cut answers. And this card is telling you, Aries, that to use it as an invitation to make choices with your best intentions, and to be fully aware of the possible consequences. And if you would rather avoid dealing with a certain issue that comes up, avoidance will lead to conflict and not a good resolution. So this card is saying, sort of buck up and go for the challenge, and you will get through it. Now, our outcomes here, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we all know what the aces signify as new opportunities and sort of is the Kickstarter. The ace here represents new beginnings. Again, you start out with new beginnings here. This is your whole reading here is about new opportunities, Aries, and there's potential. And here with the Pentacle, this is basically reiterating that your outcomes from these new beginnings are going to correlate to the material world, whether it's your finances, your wealth, your career, physical health, things that you're wanting to manifest. And sort of remember the laws of attraction. And if you're not familiar, look at the YouTube videos on that, and make sure that you're attracting what you really want and going about it the right way, because that'll help you in your process. For the universe is ready to help you. This ace is basically saying that you're going to have undoubtedly prosperity and abundance in the material and financial areas of your life, and those are going to be your outcomes. And but it's also, I'm picking up to tell you, Aries, it's not a free ride though. It's just not going to appear. What, again, we just talked about earlier here, it's going to rely on you to do some homework and to be actively involved, and more importantly, enjoy the process. Because if you're working on something that you are enjoying and that has value to you, then it's going to have more meaning, and the universe is going to assist you with that. So you have to believe in what you're doing, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to enjoy the whole process, including the stumbling blocks that come along, because you will get through them, Aries. So, this encourages Aries to map out, and have a strategy and of whatever you're working on, and you'll be fine, and not go by the seat of your pants. Let's see, what else am I seeing here? I'm just really picking up there's abundance in all areas of your life, Aries. This is about it's saying, this whole reading is basically saying enjoy it and to feel blessed and deserving of everything that's coming your way. This is about, you know, again, that, you know, amplify the feeling of prosperity and live by the laws of attraction here, and, you know, use that positive energy, be thankful for what you have, be appreciative, and, you know, the universe is listening to you right now, and for the first 2 weeks of September. So awesome, Aries. This is, again, what a wonderful reading and things, something to look forward to. So again, I hope this resonates to the collective. If it didn't resonate to some, you know, let it go. It's okay with that. So again, thank you so much for clicking on this YouTube channel, and I definitely appreciate it, and I would really appreciate your support if you would click on the big 3, which is the like the video, subscribe, and notification bell. That greatly will help my YouTube algorithms with this process. So again, thank you so much, Aries, and enjoy the first 2 weeks of September.